August gone, done, over. We are here to talk about all the things I did in August. I want to start by saying I feel pretty good about doing 3 out of 4 vlogs last month, so yay for getting back in the groove of it. It's hard. I need to go to Disneyland and get some Disneyland stuff for you guys, but for now, it's our monthly recap of August. And I am gonna start with TV shows. My favorite. Did I watch that many? No. Here's what I did watch. Once Upon a Time, season 7, the final season. I kind of had a big, huge gap between watching season 6 and finishing season 7. I'm not sure if part of that is because I didn't want it to be over and part of it was because most of my characters are missing. Either way, still absolutely love and adore Once Upon a Time, and as soon as I finished season 7 of the final episode of the series, I wanted to start all over again. I turned to Mom like, should we start season 1 again? I think so. And I said it before, I'll say it again. If you haven't watched the show, you should be, especially if you like fairy tales and twists on fairy tales. And all 7 seasons are on Disney Plus. So if you don't have Disney Plus, then you have an excuse. But if you do have Disney Plus, then you don't. The second and final show I watched this month was season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Loving this show even more. Loved the season finale of this one. It was such a huge cliffhanger thing and I loved it. Only because I can instantly watch season 3. I would not have loved this if I was watching it live on TV and had to wait a whole season for the premiere because I don't have that kind of patience when you leave me with a cliffhanger. But I'm loving this show. There's so many Marvel crossover stuff. I want them to bring these characters back. If you guys have been watching What If, you'll see that Coulson is in one of the episodes. I was like, yay! I just want more of these characters. So I don't know who lives and who dies throughout this series, but I love all of them. So, season 2, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Can't wait for season 3. That's it for TV, I know, shocking, right? 2 seasons, not very impressive, and still not very impressive. I read 1 book, just 1. I finished this 4-book series. I don't know what you call it, it's not a trilogy. That book's upside down. The 4th and final of this series I've been reading for many years now. I stuck with it through the end, so happy I did. Love this series. It's magic, royalty, fantasy, kind of that more like Lord of the Rings fantasy with that kind of magic and powers and stuff, but young adult, 5 Dark Fates. This is part of the 3 Dark Crown series for anybody who's interested. Next up is all the movies I watched this month. Again, not a super long list. I watched 1 movie in the theater. I went and saw Suicide Squad. Now you guys know how I feel about DC movies. I was pleasantly surprised by this DC movie. It was terrible in all the ways that you kind of expect this movie to be, and it definitely had a better script than I think the first Suicide Squad had. It's kind of like they want to forget that first one, but they still remind you of it a little bit. There's some characters crossover, but there's a lot of people in this Suicide Squad movie, like a lot. It's really gory in that kind of comic book gory way. It's funny. Spoiler, the big villain is a giant starfish, which is super weird and kind of off the wall and sort of took me out of it, but whatever, it was fine. Suicide Squad, for DC. Then on HBO Max, I watched My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I was just feeling like a light comedy wedding-ish movie, and this one I haven't seen in years. Loved it. Still loved it. Still cute. Still holds up. Totally recommend. Then I watched Aladdin live action just for kicks on Disney Plus. Aladdin live action is one that I really just like to put on the background and watch and come and listen to all the songs and dance along to the songs, and I just think this movie is severely underrated for the newer live action ones. I watched, for my second Monday of the month movie night, Pinocchio, the OG cartoon Disney Pinocchio. Let's just say, I do not remember if I've ever fully watched this movie. I must have, right? It's Pinocchio, it's a classic. Yeah, I know the storyline and I know everything that happens, but watching it I was like, I can't really say if I've really could have put this movie together if you'd given me pictures of all the scenes. I'm not sure I could have put them in order. It was good though, like it was good kind of classic animated movie if that's what you're feeling, but you know, the newer movies are just so different, it's hard to compare them, but Pinocchio, classic. And then I had a Mamma Mia night, and we had Greek food and watched Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. I love this movie. I don't think it's as popular as the first one, but I just love the music and I love Lily James, and I thought everybody in this movie was fantastic, and I love rewatching this one. I've probably seen this one more than I've seen the original Mamma Mia at this point, because I just keep watching it because I love the songs in this one. So, Mamma Mia 2. Had to watch this one on DVD because it's not streaming anywhere. Then I had a night of kind of a movie marathon, and I watched Hocus Pocus because, spoiler alert, that's what we're doing for Halloween costumes this year. So I kind of wanted to watch that movie to see the costumes head to toe and everything. So I rewatched it, and it's a classic, and it's my favorite Halloween movie, and it's practically September, so it's time to start watching Halloween movies. Watch that one on Disney Plus. And then Cruella came to Disney Plus without having to pay for it, so I rewatched that one. Still good, and it's still pretty good on the small screen. I was worried that it wouldn't be as impressive as it was on the big screen, but loved it. Emma Stone is so good in this, and I love everything about this movie. And I know there's supposed to be a sequel. Not really sure what that's going to be about, but I'm on board. And then I think my second new movie this month, I watched He's All That on Netflix. Okay, fully prepared for this movie to be terrible, because She's All That, as much as it's a classic from my generation, it is a great movie, but it's still cheesy. Even if you watch it today, you're like, oh, that was cheesy, but like, for me, it's a classic. So this is obviously a remake, gender reversal. He's all that. She makes him over to be prom king, blah, 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 blah. I freaking love this movie. I don't know why. I think maybe it was the nostalgia factor of it or what, but everybody in it was super cute. It had a lot of cheesy moments. It had a lot of moments that related back to the other original movie. And I really just loved everything about it. I didn't even know this movie was going to exist, and I think it's pretty new. I don't think I'm too behind the times on this one, but like, it was a pleasant surprise, and I'm like totally happy I watched it, and I would recommend it to anybody who liked She's All That. And my final activity of the month, I finished this puzzle. 1,000 pieces, this Evil Queen. Like, you guys know I love the art of this Villainous collection. It's a game that they turned into a puzzle for every villain. And this is actually my second one I've done. I did Maleficent, Evil Queen. I have Prince John I'm doing next. I love these puzzles. They don't fit on my puzzle board, which is the only reason that I hesitate on them, so I have to do them on the dining room table, which takes over the whole table, but it's fine. I love these puzzles. But it was a 1,000-piece big puzzle, so it took me a while, but it was a fun one. My final thing I did this month, and it was kind of, I really didn't think it was gonna happen this month, but I couldn't help myself. I bought a Magic Key Disneyland annual pass. Am I going anytime soon? I don't know, but could I now? Yep. Well, no, that's not true. You gotta make reservations. That's still a thing. But I bought I think I got the dream level. I got the high one for the parking. I do it all for the parking. But I'm very excited to be a annual pass holder again. For those of you that don't know, this is the new annual pass program. You still have to make reservations like we do now. Dining is still impossible to get. To get reservations for my birthday in October, I stayed up Friday night till 3 a.m. refreshing the app to see if reservations were available. I got them, ish, but it's a whole different world going to Disney now. But I feel good about my purchase. Hopefully I get to the parks really soon. Like I said, I wasn't going to get it because I was going to wait till I was going to be closer to when I was actually going, but I wanted to make reservations for some very specific dates, and it kind of made me anxious, so I ended up getting it early. What are you going to do? Go to Disneyland, that's what I'm gonna do. So anyways, that was my big exciting news for the month. But that's all I did. Not a super action-packed month, but September, I'm hoping for some big things. I'm hoping to be super productive, and I got a few things going on. So, yeah, I forgot about one thing that I'm real excited about next month. You'll have to wait and see. But my name's Aubrey. I make new videos every Thursday, so make sure you subscribe and follow me on all my social media, and I will see you guys next week. I don't know, there's a lot of videos on Magic Key, but if you guys want one, let me know, because I could kind of give you my experience. I haven't used it yet, but I could still maybe answer any questions you have if I know. So let me know if that's something you guys want more info on. it's a big decision. So if you need some support and a friend to help you out, I'm your girl.